But now it's coming closer, over Crimea. Will Russia ever give up Crimea? Never. Never. No Russian government can ever give up Crimea. And yet, the loss of Crimea was the biggest slap on the face for the Zionist world since the Zionist movement was created. I'm conscious that I'm taking sharp corners with you. You have to read to understand how I'm moving with the lecture. And so the baby is incubating, and the big war will take place, the Malhama. In order for a day which is like a month to end and a day which is like a week to commence. And Israel would now seek to replace the United States as the new ruling state in the world. The US dollar collapses, of course, with the Malhama. I was thinking that perhaps we have about maybe 5 to 10 years left before the Malhama takes place. And of course our Prophet said about the Malhama, it will be such a great war that birds flying in the sky will fall down. So I asked myself, why? The best place to seek an answer is Faculty of Engineering. They'll fall down because they can't navigate. Why can't they navigate? Because the nuclear explosions, perhaps, will produce some kind of electromagnetic waves or radiation and so on. This is your field, not mine. And so the birds can no longer navigate. Therefore aircraft cannot fly. Therefore cruise missiles cannot fly. Therefore aerial warfare is gone after the Malhama. So all that remains will be naval warfare and land warfare after the Malhama. If Israel is to take over from the United States after the Malhama, what is going to be money? What is it that's going to replace the US dollar? Perhaps there will be some form of electronic money which can still be revived. I don't know. I do know that they plan to have electronic money to replace paper money, digital money. And when that happens, that will be the financial Guantanamo for us all. That's why my students are building Muslim villages, kampung. And in our kampung we have little markets. And in our markets we're using dinar and dirham as money. My students in Cape Town are already minting coins. They have the machinery and they're minting. My students in Cape Town have already started a market. The market is being held once a month, but they want to make it once a week. And all those who come to the market to buy and to sell leave their South African rands and they change it to dinar and dirham, and they use dinar and dirham in the market. This is what my students are already doing. This is the way to respond to the coming digital and electronic money, which is the financial Guantanamo. But Israel will have to bring back gold and silver as money. Why? Why? Answer? Because every Jew knows that this is bogus money. That this paper money is bogus money. The only people who don't know that, kindly excuse me, are the ulama of Islam. Everybody else knows it's bogus. So the Jews know that when the Messiah comes, they'll have to have real money, which is dinar and dirham, whatever name you give it. So for Dajjal to successfully impersonate the Messiah, Israel has to restore gold and silver as money. Do you know that gold and silver is already legal tender in Israel? Do you know that? Do you know that gold and silver is already legal tender in several states of the United States of America? Do you know that? Shame. Shame. Shame on the Ummah of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Shame on us. Shame on us. Shame on us. You can go to Israel today and buy gold and silver. You can use it as money already. If Israel is to command the world of money, it means that Israel has to control the gold of the world. And that's what they've been doing. They've been seizing all the gold that they could get. Germany put her gold in the Second World War in the United States. I don't know, about 2,000 tons or what. Will Germany ever get back that gold? No. The Germans are begging, at least allow us to send an auditor to go and check it. No, said the United States. You can't even see the gold. Which is why perhaps, I don't know, I hope it happens, Germany might quit the European Union. Because the gold has already been transferred to Israel, that's why. The Vatican lost its gold, I think about 80 tons. Only one sensible man was Gaddafi. One sensible man. And that's why they killed him. And these fools, absolute fools with a capital F, taking weapons from NATO to wage their Yankee jihad in Libya. And come to tell me that's a jihad? No, because of your foolishness. NATO is now in control of Libya. So when Egypt's throat is to be cut, it will be cut from both sides because of you fools. So go ahead and take your 1,000 US or dollar a day and join ISIS. Wait for Allah's punishment to come on you. This is Imran Hosein speaking. How will Israel be able to rule the world? It has to be with the control of most of the gold reserves of the world. Now let us share with you the hadith. Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about akhirul zaman, he said that the earth will vomit from its liver columns of gold and silver. Alhamdulillah. وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. Where will it happen? I didn't know until I went to Java 2 months ago, and I heard that all over Java they're digging for gold. Why? Because they have active volcanoes in Indonesia. And these volcanoes sometimes erupt gold. I say, Alhamdulillah. Vomiting means volcano. And where will it be? It has to be Indonesia because they call it a ring of fire. We may have some Indonesians here. They'll be very happy to hear this. The one man who will not be able to digest his dinner after this is Lee Kuan Yew. So the earth will vomit from its liver columns of gold and silver. And I expect it to be in Indonesia. And that will break the Zionist monopoly on gold. Praise be to Allah. This has been an attempt to use the Quran to explain the phenomenon of modern Western civilization, which has been created and sustained and now hijacked by a Jewish-Christian Zionist alliance. And the Zionist alliance produced Pax Britannica, then Pax Americana, and then finally, after the Milhama, Pax Judaica. Now then, let's go one more time to the Prophet ﷺ. Hadith is in the Sunan of Abi Dawud. And he said, sallallahu ta'ala, he's speaking to Mu'adh ibn Jabal, radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And they're so close that he can touch it. And he said to Mu'adh ibn Jabal, radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Umranu Bayt al-Maqdis, Kharabu Yathrib, Kharabu Yathrib, Khuruj al-Malhama, Khuruj al-Malhama, Fath al-Constantiniya, Fath al-Constantiniya, Khuruj al-Dajjal. That when you see Jerusalem at center stage, built up, then look to see what is the status of Yathrib, Medina. When you see Medina playing absolutely no role in the state of forlorn desolation, troubling, then look for the next event, which is going to be the Malhama, or the Great War, which has to be nuclear war. We should produce the dukhan or smoke. I only have another 5 to 10 minutes, so I'm going to have to squeeze it now. When the Malhama takes place, the next event which comes after it is the conquest of Constantinople, which is why Mustafa Kemal changed the name, because he doesn't want you to know this. But we say to Mustafa Kemal, get lost. The Turkish Muslims can be angry with me, that's their business. If Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam referred to the city as Constantinople, then that is Sunnah. And you can't stop me from using the name that the Prophet used, Constantinople. The conquest of Constantinople will take place after the Malhama. Forget that nonsense, that rubbish, that Sultan Muhammad Fateh fulfilled this prophecy 500 years ago. Forget that rubbish. That's rubbish. The Fathul Constantinople takes place after the Malhama. That means that Russia will survive the Malhama. Why? Because there's only one military significance. Only one. In the conquest of Constantinople after the Malhama. And that is that Constantinople commands the Bosphorus and the Straits of Dardanelles, through which ships can pass from the Black Sea into the Mediterranean Sea. And who has a navy in the Black Sea? Answer, Russia. That's why Crimea is so important for Russia, because the Black Sea fleet is based in Crimea. So the implication of this prophecy of Nabi Muhammad ﷺ is that Russia will survive the Great War that's coming. Russia will remain a naval power. There will be no air war after the Malhama. But Russia will remain a naval power. So the European part of Russia may be destroyed with the rest of Western Europe and North America. But the Asian part of Russia will still survive. And so Russia will remain a naval power. And the Russian Navy will be able to pass through the Bosphorus and the Straits of Dardanelles, because the back of NATO will be broken.